Hello, I'm Robin from Garden Extras, and today I posted turmeric for sale. I took into consideration that I'm the only one that I know of that has turmeric and the expense of the clay pot, so it is selling for $10. Facebook Marketplace and Ann Arbor Swap. More of the turmeric. Next thing to go up is going to be this Tropicana. I have a whole wall back here of Tropicana. It looks really good, but I really don't need this much in my house, so I think $5 a pot. Cut them all the way back. It's really sunny today, so I was taking a really good look at my plants in the light. I've been fighting all sorts of bugs. I've been bringing things in from the greenhouse. I put things from the deck in the greenhouse. I'm constantly spraying with neem oil and organic sprays. I've seen, I think, every kind of pest, from spider mites to mealybugs to white flies, gnats. I was looking at this one really closely and I seen, here it is, it's a web of some sort. See if I can hold this still. Spider mites. Focus. So I have a Q-tip and alcohol. I'm going to give this plant good cleaning and spray it. And continue my looking around the house. I have gotten all the webbing and spiders off with the Q-tip and alcohol. And now I'm giving it a good spray with my hose from the sink. I'm going to give it a good spray. Dr. Earth Final Stop, Organic Gardening Vegetable Insect Killer. Aphids, white flies, mites, caterpillars, earwigs, sow bugs, beetles, and more. You know what? It doesn't say. Does it say spider mites? Heck no. And more. I'll start with this. I don't have any neem mixed, but as soon as I mix it, I will probably treat this again. Sorry, back to that. It says mites. It just doesn't say spider mites. It says mites. So we're good. But I have been alternating between this and neem. I mix heavily with the neem oil, water, and some dish soap. Sometimes I use just straight up dish soap and water. But, you know, I'm really serious about killing these bugs right now. I don't want to do this all winter. Yesterday I was doing the same thing. I was just looking at the plants really closely and I found spider mites on this passion flower vine. And I did the same thing, except for this one went into the shower. Took it in there, gave it a really good spray. And treated it. Looks like I might see something on there. I thought, I have a couple choices. I could have just cut it all the way back. But I wanted to try to get rid of them first. Plants are in here so tight, we're going to go to the bottom. you can't see it because there's so many plants in there. I've been taking plants out of the bottom of here, the suckers. There was a whole bunch of new growth down here. I could have cut it all the way back and treated it more easily. But I took the suckers out. I'll show you. There we go. So I bring plants in stages because I have so many. It takes me a while to fit them all in. So here's the new baby plants, which I'm just going to treat. I don't see anything on them, but I'm going to treat them. This is the last thing I brought in from the greenhouse. Repotted it. It's going to go through a phase before it looks good again, like this one. This one I did months ago. It was one of the first ones to come in. I was running low on neem when I started bringing plants in. So I just recently replaced my insect stuff. So I was all clear. I had all the bugs gone. Everything was good. And then I brought more plants in and I had to do it again. And then everything was good. And then I brought more plants in because I was turning the heat off in the greenhouse. And now I have to do it again. I don't think there's anything left to bring inside. What's outside will stay outside. I'll be propagating out there. And what's inside will stay inside. And I will be propagating inside. I am propagating this today. I have dirt and some little pots already washed in the kitchen. And outside I have some bamboo trees I ordered that I'm going to propagate and some herbs. My avocado pit finally sprouted a little tree. It took a long time. Then it was just a stick for quite a long time, and now it actually has leaves on it. To keep a good eye on it, make sure it doesn't get bugs. So yeah, it's a real thing, and as much work as it is, I wouldn't have it any other way. I will deal with the bugs to have this beautiful garden in my house all year round. This is where, you know, I'm at most of the time. Yeah, now instead of retail therapy, it's garden therapy. I have a propagation station underneath there, the heat mat. These were recently done. White petunias. Cut them all the way back. Okay, so I took that one that I had on the floor and did the same thing. I put it in the sink and I rinsed it really good and I sprayed it with the insect spray. And this one I did the petunia that I cut all the way back. I did that one yesterday. I have a collection of little pots here that I'm going to use for propagation because I don't want to go in the basement. We had a really bad storm last night, really windy, and I was worried about the power going out or the greenhouse blowing away. They're both still there. But, you know, I was worried. I couldn't sleep. Plus I have fish tanks. It gets cold in here, I'll lose coral. I'll lose fish. So anyway, I didn't get a lot of sleep. I'm not going outside unless I have to. So this, the reason I am propagating this is because it is tall and lanky, and what I want is bushy basil. So I don't really want to, could dry it out and cook it. Maybe I'll take, there's 2 pieces I have to take off. Kind of splits into a Y there. So I just have to take the tops off. Maybe I'll propagate one and dry one for stew, for sherbs. The basil's doing really well in the house this year. It doesn't always. 2 more things I want to talk about, I think, before I end this video. I had this lemon tree. since end of February of last year. I bought it down south. I'm in Garden Zone 4B. I bought this lemon tree in Florida. Brought it home with me. I like driving and not flying because I bring fish and coral home too. But that lemon was on this lemon tree, so 8 months ago or so, and it's yellow. Another thing, I brought a pepper in because I'm turning the heat off at the greenhouse. I wanted to save one. It was looking decent. And I brought in tomatoes, which I have some that are turning red. I don't know if it's showing up on here. That is a red tomato. Cherry tomatoes. That was growing out of a log in my, what I call log garden where the pond is. It was growing out of this big giant log, and you know, winter was coming. So I repotted it. Back then I didn't have a lot of things in my greenhouse, so I had plenty of room for it. It flowered like crazy. I hand propagated daily, and gosh, you know, it was going, I got it so far that I'm just gonna, I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it die. So I brought it in. And that is me all the time with everything. I can't let it go. No, winter, don't come. No. In closing, I want to thank Amy for bringing it to my attention that I need to turn my camera around the other way, sideways instead of up and down. Otherwise, there's black bars on both sides of the YouTube video. And if you go back, my old videos have bars, black bars on both sides, and my new videos do not. They're full screen. So I made a mistake because I'm still not in the habit of filming the camera sideways. So thank you, Amy. I ditched that last one because I want all of them to be the same. And I'm refilming. And I sold the turmeric. I sold the turmeric before I noticed all the bugs. So, I can't sell any more plants until I am sure that there's no more bugs in the house. And hopefully, and I don't think there were, because I looked at that turmeric really closely before I posted it. It's my overflow section, and I'm overflowing into the bedroom too. Last year's Christmas tree. It's very dark. So anyway, turmeric sold. Plant sales are on hold until I see no more bugs. Christmas tree, light up. Here we go. Last year's Christmas tree, I got as a Christmas present. Also had gnats really bad. I didn't think the Norfolk pine would survive. Didn't have my hopes up because I've lost a few along the way. And it is still here, and it's almost Christmas. Had it almost a year. Baby plants I'm going to be potting up. I don't know why I'm filming on this side because you can't see. Right up in there. It's my extra shelf. I took my china off of here so I'd have more room for plants. That's my priority. China's been photographed, boxed up, and is on Facebook Marketplace. Hibiscus. I just sprayed this too. I had this in the living room instead of the kitchen when I brought it in, and it looked much nicer, and it bloomed like crazy. I put it in the kitchen because we kept bumping into it walking around, and it's a lot brighter in the kitchen than it is the living room because I have windows coming from two sides. Lost all its leaves. I'm going to let it finish blooming, and then I'm going to trim the heck out of it because it's just too big for inside the house this year.